Here are the biggest crypto news stories you need to know. First, FTX is under more scrutiny as calls for more fraud investigations gains momentum. Then, Sam Bankman-Fried sees another company of his go bankrupt. Find out how the U.S. government caused this one. After that, we cover news of Binance halting bank transfers, and it's happening now. Finally, what we have all been waiting for. The crypto police finally arrive in the Metaverse. Now grandma can keep her virtual doors unlocked all night long. FTX's dark secrets uncovered. In the latest twist in the FTX bankruptcy saga, the U.S. Department of Justice is not content with what has already been uncovered, and it is calling for a separate independent third-party examiner to investigate FTX's operations before its collapse. The U.S. Department of Justice believes that there is more to uncover, and that the appointment of a separate third-party examiner is necessary to unravel any potential fraud, mismanagement, and misconduct that may have taken place. The legal request was made to U.S. bankruptcy judge John Dorsey, who is overseeing FTX's bankruptcy case. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, this investigation is too crucial to be left behind. However, FTX's lawyer, James Bromley, isn't too thrilled with the request, stating that it's unnecessary and could potentially get in the way of FTX's ongoing investigations. Meanwhile, FTX does agree that its previous management raised some red flags in terms of management and handling customer deposits. As if the demand for another investigation wasn't enough, FTX's latest headache comes just a few days after another FTX-linked company, Emergent Fidelity, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection against creditors after the U.S. government legally seized $500 million worth of Robinhood shares. More on this story later. It seems like the bankruptcy drama surrounding FTX just keeps unraveling. Each week, we find more assets linked to Sam Bankman-Fried being confiscated by the U.S. government from a person who publicly stated that he only had $100,000 left to his name. So what do you think? Is the Department of Justice's demand for another investigation justified, or is it just prolonging the repayment process for FTX's creditors? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Another bankruptcy for Sam Bankman-Fried. Emergent Fidelity is the latest addition to the growing list of Sam Bankman-Fried's failed ventures. The company, co-owned by the infamous former FTX CEO and ex-CTO Gary Wang, filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after the U.S. government seized its over $500 million worth of Robinhood shares. Just a month after the U.S. Department of Justice seized several assets belonging to FTX, including Robinhood shares, Emergent Fidelity found itself in hot water, with multiple parties claiming ownership of the company's assets. The bankruptcy filing seems to be the only solution for the company to defend itself, its assets, and its creditors' interests in the U.S., as stated by one of the liquidators, Angela Barkhouse. Sam Bankman-Fried, who owns 90% of Emergent Fidelity, has been accused of stalling FTX's bankruptcy proceedings and faces up to 115 years in prison if found guilty in his October 2, 2023 trial. Despite denying any wrongdoing in the FTX scandal, authorities are intensifying their efforts to gather evidence from his allies and relatives. Ex-CTO Gary Wang, who pleaded guilty to wire fraud and other charges in the FTX case, owns 10% of the company. With Sam Bankman-Fried's track record, it's no surprise that another one of his ventures has gone under. But what's next for the crypto fraudster? Do you think Sam Bankman-Fried will finally pay for his actions, or will he find a way to dodge the consequences yet again? Leave your thoughts below. Welcome to Crypto Inquiry, where we bring you the latest crypto news to keep you informed on important topics and changes. Nothing is meant as financial advice, and as always, do your own research. Binance to halt bank transfers. In a surprising move, Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, has announced it will temporarily suspend bank transfers in USD starting February 8, 2023. The company stated that all other methods of buying and selling crypto remain unaffected. But wait, there is good news. The suspension only applies to international Binance users, as Binance US assured its customers they will not be affected. So out of the millions of Binance users worldwide, only about 0.01% of its users will be affected by this change. Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao expressed his understanding of the inconvenience this might cause for a tiny fraction of the platform's users, saying it is still a bad user experience. It's no secret that Binance has had some banking challenges in the US recently. Their SWIFT transfer partner, Signature Bank, announced that it would only process trades from users with USD bank accounts containing over $100,000 starting February 1st and would reduce deposits from crypto clients. Binance quickly assured its users that they were seeking a new SWIFT partner and that USD trades using credit or debit cards and all SWIFT trades using other currencies would still be accepted. And to top it off, they even published a list of 144 countries where USD SWIFT transfers of any size would be suspended. But despite all these challenges, CNBC reports that there has been a tiny outflow of Tether and USD coin stablecoins pegged to the dollar to other exchanges. Will this temporary suspension of bank transfers have any significant impact on the platform's massive $42.2 billion in crypto assets? Let us know what you think below. International Meta Police? The International Criminal Police Organization, better known as Interpol, is investigating how it can police crimes in the digital world. And while they may be a little late to the game, they're still trying to catch up. Interpol Security General Jürgen Stock announced that the agency is planning to oversee criminal activities in the Metaverse, as sophisticated and professional criminals have already started targeting users on these platforms. But with issues of defining a Metaverse crime, it seems like Interpol has their work cut out for them. Interpol's own Executive Director of Technology and Innovation, Maiden Oberoi, stated that there's a difficulty in trying to apply definitions of crimes in physical space to the Metaverse. And let's be real, who hasn't heard of at least one instance of some shady activity happening in the digital world? Despite the challenges, Interpol launched its own Metaverse office back in October of 2022 and even dedicated a unit to fight crypto crimes. But will they be able to keep up with the ever-evolving world of the Metaverse? Do you think Interpol will be able to effectively police the Metaverse and keep it a safe place for virtual dwellers? Or is there an effort to create a false security as crypto crimes begin to show up in the news more frequently? Let us know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, we would ask that you consider subscribing to the channel. More crypto news next time.